you get where you just, love that, being in the middle of that. It's like conducting an orchestra or something and taking people up to highs and lows, and it's, grandest form of manipulation you can even wrap your head around. I mean, Jake was a master of that. He was a guy that, couldn't do those yelling and screaming promos, but could talk and tell a story and weave people into whatever, little road he wanted to take them down. So it's such a unique art form that today, it's obviously changed dramatically, but again, there's no any inkling of anybody's mind that anything they're watching is anything but entertainment today. So I wouldn't even know. I'd be such a fish out of water today. It wouldn't even be funny because I just love the depiction of a real fight or a real battle. I mean, my hat's off to the athletes, the athleticism of a guy like Ricochet, for example.
Yes.
He's one of the most charismatic, dynamic, high-flying people that I've ever seen perform, and yet it's so spectacular. It looks like he should be in a Marvel movie or something, but I don't think for a minute that somebody thinks that him and whoever he would be in the ring with are about to really lose it with each other and somebody get their ass kicked. It's
right.
just it's not that kind of vibe, And I don't know that you can recreate that today, and especially without displaying the violence and the color, without getting juice, you can't get this visual depiction of somebody going through something horrible, and that's
right.
That's what it allowed you to do.
A guy being in trouble, and you're right. There's not that sense of urgency anymore where it's like, man, this baby face is going to get absolutely killed by this heel unless this heel does or this baby face does something about it.
But I mean, I came up under the Eddie Graham's philosophy of wrestling, and he taught me about psychology and what you had to do every night to reestablish who you are as a performer. Because he told me that no matter how many times they've seen you on television, when you hit that ring, the first 5-10 minutes of that match, you wanted to reestablish all the reasons you are who you are, in case there's people there that never seen you on television. You want to stay within that framework in your lane and reestablish it as you go out there with whoever you're with. And then Bill Watts, I got to work main events with, and he taught me, what I call the graduate school of wrestling. But those psychologies today, though they could be effective and they could still be entertaining, it's like the big companies don't even want it really to be heels and baby faces anymore. They just want it to be a bunch of characters, and you might just happen to be, you might like this character not because they're doing the right thing or anything necessarily. You just like their personality, and it's very tough to identify with storylines as a result of that. I mean, it's kind of like wanting to see a John Wick movie, and we know he's going to kill everything he touches, yet he's the baby face.
Yeah.
I might not kill this one at the very end because I go show a moment of human something in me, but that's what this generation of folks are used to watching. And I came up with John Wayne and Charles Bronson and Clint Eastwood, and you knew who the good guy was and the bad guy was. Very clear cut. And that's the kind of stories we told. And I don't know whether there's enough people out there with the patience to get emotionally invested with the characters to let them do that kind of thing today.
I think that's it too. A lot of people criticize modern wrestling, particularly AEW, for being, spectacular matches and like really interesting matchups between guys that we know are phenomenal athletes. But really, it's like, okay, wait a minute, who's the heel, who's the baby face? Tell me about this character. There's no patience in storytelling and vignettes and building characters anymore. Which back in the day, it was, man, that was the whole ball of wax. You tell the story about the guy before you get him in the ring.
Well, I mean, they've got Bryan Danielson there, who's probably one of the best wrestlers on the planet today, and Chris Jericho can still go.
Yes,
but they've also got a slew of other people that I don't know that people have, can get that emotional tie to where they really get excited, what they get excited about. It's hard. I still watch all the product because I'm a fan. I've been watching wrestling since I was 6 years old, and that's how I started thinking through the wheels in my mind about maybe one day doing that.